Hi, Jim.
Hi,
Tell me 2 seconds of who you are and what you do.
Jim Fortune. I have Jim Fortune Realty here in Webster City. I'm a real estate broker.
I understand that you had AML.
AML,
What
yes.
does that stand
Acute
for?
myeloid leukemia.
So, how'd you find out you had it?
Well, through a blood test, but symptoms were I was tired and some other things, and did the blood test and had low white blood cell count, and I had to have a bone marrow scan, and that's what they determined that I had leukemia then.
So, let's talk about that whole bone marrow thing. You had to have a transplant, right?
I had a stem cell transplant from a private donor.
And what was involved? What did they actually do?
Okay, as far as I know, the donor registered through the National Registry, and that is just a simple saliva test. And this particular guy was 28 years old. He was 15 years old when he registered. He didn't hear anything for 12, 13 years. They called him, said they thought they had a match, and they did some blood work, and that was the match, and he was a donor for me.
And then you both went to the hospital?
I was in Iowa City. He went to Washington, D.C. They do some preliminary things, and then they draw the blood, and they separate the stem cells, and then they ship those to Iowa City while I was waiting for them. And then they gave those just through a simple transfusion.
So, just like in an IV in your arm, you got
Yes.
new stem cells.
Yeah.
New stem cells.
I am that guy now.
Um, Tell me what that did for your life.
Well, it saved my life. If I hadn't had a stem cell transplant, they gave me 1 year to live, and they didn't give me great odds because of my age at the time. But I did have a very good match. It was a 10 for 10 match, and as it's turned out, it's couldn't have worked better.
How long ago was this?
Going on 3 years.
Going on 3 years.
3 years in June.
And you're fine?
So far, knock on wood, got through the whole process pretty good. It was there were some days it was a test, but considering it went really good.
You were really sick, weren't you?
Yeah, I was right on the edge there for a while, but then
Because somebody was smart enough to sign up for the donor program.
this gentleman in Ohio, that's where the guy was from, and he signed up, like I said, when he was 15, and I asked him, I got to talk to him a year after we did this, and I asked him why he signed up at 15, and he said that his best friend's girlfriend contacted leukemia, and they both went in for a saliva test, and he said he never heard a word for 13 years. They called him and asked him if he would still consider being a donor, and he said yes, and so that's the rest is history.
So, in the long run, a 15-year-old saved your life.
At the time, that's right, exactly. And so it's pretty amazing, the whole process.
It is. Well, June 20th is our first summer night, and we're having the theme is Be a Hero,
Yes.
and of course we're going to have Be a Hero, Be a Match. So, I'm sure you encourage everybody to come down.
I would strongly encourage, because it's a painless, no cost situation. It's just a simple saliva test, and if you're lucky enough to be a match, you would. This guy felt so good out in Ohio that he saved my life, and I think he might have felt just as good as I did, and as being the recipient. So, it's painless and it's easy, and
It's just a swab in your mouth,
it's just
right?
a swab. Yeah, it's so easy.
And if you're between 18 and 44, there's no charge whatsoever. That's the ideal age range, right?
Yeah, they say younger the better. And my brother, I had a brother, and he was a match, but he was older, and they just as soon take a private person, not a sibling, as opposed to the age factor. So this guy was, as I said, 28. So
Excellent. Jim, thank you for your time today. I really appreciate it.
thank you.
See you June 20th.
Yes.